time to get into our next segment here. And every single Tuesday, we have our good friends over at Artura. So Artura, they're building something really special. We talk about them every single day, guys. But if you have some time, head over to Artura.finance and check these guys out. They're going live on mainnet probably soon, man. Really excited for that. Remember, they're going to be on Botonix, the Bitcoin Layer 2 spider chain, and Hemi. Hemi is also a Bitcoin Layer 2 that is backed by Binance. We talk about that every single day, so you guys already know it. Air farm that, right? Definitely air farm. That's my new phrase. I'm not going to say, but yeah, man. But let's get this started. Let's bring up Marion. Let's bring up Ace. What's up, guys?
Hi, guys. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you guys doing?
Perfect. Market is heating up. Really nice.
It's going well. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah. We hear you good.
Sick. Let's do it. Let's run it. Let's fucking go, boys.
I like the energy, man.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
So we got Ace, which is a core contributor trader with the team at Artura. And so this is your first time getting introduced to our audience. And so I'd like to give you kind of a second, maybe go into a little bit of your experience trading, not too much. It's up to you. Maybe introduce yourself to the audience here.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Ace. Really just started trading almost about like a year and a half ago. It's been interesting. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but for the most part, I think market has been like very great, giving a lot of good opportunities over the past like year and a half. I really got heavily influenced by like my brothers. They've been trading like options for a period of time and like Forex, and I was like, okay, cool. I like crypto. I think crypto's cool. It's 24/7. You can kind of trade all around the clock. So about Q2, about 2024, I really started taking it like really seriously. And then, yeah, now I'm here and probably won't be leaving anytime soon, probably until I die. So, yeah.
That's dedication for sure. But
it's a lifestyle now. That's a lifestyle.
It is. I think that's really the only way to succeed is to make it a lifestyle. It's kind of like if you want to lose weight, you can do water fast for like a month, but you're going to put it all back on. But if you really want to keep it off, you got to have a lifestyle. And so Ace, since there's probably a lot of listeners that are trying to get started into trading, what's one or two bits of advice you could give like a beginner?
Ooh, that's a great question. Okay. Well, this is probably going to sound like very different than what you normally hear. Like, people probably tell you like go on YouTube and go this and go look at this person, go study this person. I think the best advice I could give is understand your personality first, because I feel like once you understand your personality, then they'll be able to tell you which trading style is more favorable for you, right? Because what works for me won't work for the next person. Like a person is a good scalper based off like their personality, then I try to scalp. That's not me, right? I like swing trading. I think that's a little bit more cool. I like to put in my trades and have them sit over a period of time. And the second thing that I would say is just try to be consistent. Like with like whether that's like your setups, whether that's like the pairs that you're trading. I think that's like very important for people that's trying to get into trading. And don't really look at what everybody else is doing. Like if someone else is like making a ton of money, because at the end of the day, you see this person making a lot of money, you're trying to copy their trades. You don't know how much adversity or resilience they had to have to get to that point to make a lot of money. So long story short, block the noise, focus on yourself, focus on steady progress every single day. And then once you do that, you'll be able to find your style, understand your personality more, and then things will be a little bit more seamless. You could take bits and pieces of everyone, but for the most part, like you got to do it your way. And I think the best way of doing it your way is like learning about yourself first, which trading teaches you. It reveals like all your flaws that you've been kind of like suppressing and hiding from yourself, and that you have to face them head on with the market because it exposes like your emotional vulnerability and stuff.
I think that is probably one of the best answers I've heard, honestly, because the individual strategy matters so much. And if you're a highly emotional person, you have to tailor your strategy around that. And it's like personal development, like he says, you kind of pull out like all of your like emotional flaws there. So really love that answer, Ace. And also kind of not looking at other people because that creates FOMO, that rolls into your emotions and all these things. So I really love that. All right, Murion, how'd you like those answers, by the way? I'm curious.
It's like one replica of me. You He's like, I like this guy a lot. Yeah, so like he said, trading will push you to become the best version of yourself. And like he said, it's you versus you, not you versus market, not you versus easy. Like it's only you versus you. And
Yeah.
I love the introduction that he said that you need to choose the trading style that fits you, because not everybody can be a scalper. You don't maybe have the mind for that fast action. You're like swinger, like Aces and myself. You let the time do the job to price develop, and I completely agree with him.
Yeah, 100%. So to me, it's like, be obsessed or be average. And then I'm hearing, know yourself, know your personality, know who you are. If you're somebody who can't sleep at night, maybe don't be in a trade on some leverage, right? So if you have to really understand yourself and really kind of know who you are, maybe you're a day trader because you can't sleep with a trade. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. But as always, you need to detach from the outcome, because market is random. You can't know, you don't know the outcome of each trade, and just agree with that randomness, adapt and go with it.
Yeah, I absolutely love that kind of mindset there. But okay, Ace, I'm going to put you in a little situation here because I take it that you are more of a swing trader, which I like that, and this is the reason why I don't trade a lot. But my emotions kind of pull me into like trying to scalp because it's quick and stuff. But that's why I say I need to take a break. But okay, let's say that there's this, you're swinging Bitcoin, right, and you're doing a great job. You're whatever indicators you're using from a large scale down to the small, you feel you're in the zone. But then, like, let's say Artura list Doggo to the moon. It's a new token that's getting a lot of hype right now. Kraken's about to list it. Do you play in that world at all? Or do you just say, I'm staying away from that? I'm sticking more to the blue chips. My swing strategy is all I'm about.
It's a great question. Glad you asked. See, I used to play in that world, but then I realized that I'd rather just stick to the majors and the blue chips because you could kind of predict the movements better in some ways. Obviously, it's always going to be a lot of open interest and a lot of liquidity there. So I like to stick to those, right? For example, just to give like a small strategy, like if I'm looking at Bitcoin, right, it's a plethora of things that you can look at. Obviously, you can look at the chart. You can look at the volume range on the chart too as well. You can look at the RSI. But the main thing that I like is like the coin glass liquidation heat map, and it gives you like a better understanding of where you see like prices are going to get liquidated at. And how you tell that is by you look at the chart, the heat map chart, and the more yellow it is towards the price, that's how you know when liquidations are coming, whether that's shorts or whether that's longs. So it was just like I said before, like it's just easier for me and my brain just to stick with the blue chips. Like I just really just like trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, a little bit of Hyperliquid, and Fartcoin, of course. That's like one of the best meme coins to ever exist. But yeah, that's pretty much the world that I stay in. Like even if we see like great coins get listed, like Dog back on Kraken and like Artura and everything like that. I'm like, okay, cool. That's really good that coin got listed. But I'm gonna stick to what I'm good at and just double down on there.
Gotcha. And it sounds like until either that you stay in that mindset or until that coin has established itself to get away from the volatile movement. Is that correct?
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shizzy.
No, I was going to ask you a question. What about like kind of like hedging? Maybe you're short Bitcoin, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're long one of the tokens that actually follow Bitcoin. Is that something like that? Something you do maybe?
Yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to either be long Bitcoin or short Ethereum, or long Ethereum or
Gotcha.
short Bitcoin. Like that's like the best strategy that I've seen work well for me, and where it's like allowed me to be like pretty profitable.
Love that. Murion, what about you? Dog is most likely going to come to Artura at some point. Do you kind of wait until the volatility leaves that token, or do you feel like you have a little bit of you that does scalp those kind of opportunities because they could be really rewarding?
Yo,
Can you hear me?
I think my Wi-Fi. Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. Okay, so my
Can you
question
hear
was,
me? Okay,
yeah,
So I just
yep,
said, So I don't like hedging because my strategy is based on like trading the weaker or stronger pair, depending if I'm bullish or bearish. For example, if I'm looking at trading Bitcoin and Ethereum, let's say I'm looking for longs on them, I'll see based on the market structure and liquidity and fair value gaps on all time frames, I'll choose the stronger pair out of those two and trade that pair because it's higher probability for it to pump, right?
yeah. I mean, I can see both strategies for sure. The
And
hedging
vice
strat,
versa. Yeah.
the
It's
hedging
kind of
strategy.
yeah.
But my question for you, because I think you missed it, was do you play with new coins though? Like for
Oh,
example, Dog Go to the Moon, or do you try to scalp those because you can really win big, but you can lose big, or do you wait till they calm down and aren't as volatile?
for getting into them with size, I rather wait a bit for to see like is it established or not. But new pairs like that are coming like in a day, I don't like so much because that's mostly gambling. But if they're like older than 2 or 3 days and I'm seeing that they can get some traction, they have some good community, and that they are not rugged already, I'll play with them, of course.
Yeah, man, 100%. Ace, I have a question for you. So,
Mhm.
what's your like routine for trading? Do you wake up every morning? You put your face in a cold plunge? Do you go outside, jump in the take a run? Like, what do you do to prepare yourself for a day of trading?
Well, I like to wake up like before like market open, probably about like 2 hours before, like around like 6:45, maybe 7 o'clock. I go in and I check out the trading economics, which is a huge calendar of like what's going on like on the macro side of things. I look at that first, like see what events that we have like coming up. I know you guys are talking about like CPI coming soon.
Yeah,
I think like that's important. And what I really do is just like rank it from like the highest impact of like which one's going to be most important. And then from there, I will go out and check on. I recently just started looking at Durbit for like the option, like the
options. Yeah.
options. Yeah. The options put calls just to see like what the market sentiment is. So I'm starting to practice that to learn a little bit more about that, incorporate that. But then the other things is like what I said, like, I would check like the liquidation heat map. I would see like what's going on in group chats that I'm in, like see like who's long and like who's short, see what the open interest is like. There's another thing that I check out called light lens, like to see what whales are doing, like if they're mostly short, if they're mostly long, like within the space, and that like pretty much like helps me out. I think like with like the routine with trading, like for me, just became like pretty straightforward after like a year and a half. First, like I would do like all of this. I would do all the extracurricular stuff. I would go put pile my face into a ice bowl and like
I was
all
just
this
kidding, but
all this
yeah.
other stuff. But then like it just started to become like simpler. I just started to like
Yeah.
surround myself around more educated people and just really looking at the indicators, and I could tell you like exactly what's happening. But I do want to give like a good shout out like to the Artura Wales chat too. A lot of guys in there like really talk about like the market sentiment and like whether they're long or short, or what's happening. And another chat that I'm in with a few friends of mine that we really just go after it, right? Get on VC, see what we're doing, see what the market is looking at, and then we go from there. So TLDR, I would wake up, check out the trading economics, which is like a huge calendar, see what's going on with macro. Then after that, I will go look at the heat maps. Then I will see what whales are doing, if they're long or short right now, whether that's on BTC, Ethereum, or Sol. Then I would check out my group chats and see like what's happening there, see what the common consensus is there. And then I will look at Durbit just to see like what the options put calls are at, to see a better market sentiment idea.
Yeah, I love that. You're actually the first person I've ever talked to that actually said they actually check the options, because that's actually a really smart technique, because you can kind of see where people are thinking, kind of like in the long term, right? Whether that's 3 weeks, 2 weeks out, or a month or a year out, right? So that's actually
Mm-hmm.
really good for a swing trader that I never even like really realized.
Yeah. I wanted to give this is like a few good friends of mine. Um,
Well, you
one
got
of
some
them,
friends in the chat here, brother. So
oh
you
yeah,
got
yeah,
Silly,
yeah.
you got it's strong right now.
Yeah, Shane, Squad, 360, and Silly, like they've been helping me out a lot for like the past year and a half as like got into trading. Silly's a fairly young guy, but he's like really, really good when it comes to technical analysis. And Shane has been in this space, has been trading for like the past like 4 years. So like he looks at a chart and he can tell you like what's happening without even using like any indicators. So um, for me, like I think like it's been huge. Like I think like one of the biggest things is you got to have like the right people around you when it comes to this stuff, because as we've spoken about earlier, it can get very like overwhelming and people could get like very deep into their emotions when it comes to this. So um, I think it's like very important to like have like people who've been there before. For example, it's just as simple as an NBA team. You know, you got a bunch of young guys on a team that's doing well, that has this fiery energy, but then you need that veteran who's been in the playoff experience, who's been in the game seven, who's been in the NBA finals, to tell you like, hey, when they throw this coverage at us, this is what we do. I've seen it before in the previous playoff series I was in, and then go from there. So yeah.
Pascal Siakam. I mean, that's the main
Yeah,
reason why the
perfect
Pacers are in
example.
there. So exactly, yeah.
Yep. And it goes back to kind of iron sharpens iron a bit too, right? You want to hang out with who you want to be. If you want to be a lawyer, hang out with people that are lawyers that, you know, try to at least or whatever. And that's what it seems like you guys are doing. And that's such a big part, I think, is just surrounding yourself with community, like you said. And look, it's obviously working for you. They're showing up to the show and support. You guys are supporting each other. So I absolutely
100%.
love
So
that.
cool.
Absolutely love
Yeah.
that. Next question, real quick for both of you. I'll go Murion first, and then Ace. Murion, are you risk on or risk off still right now?
Risk on, all in.
Risk.
Go!
Risk on.
Finally, dude. I'm finally
Yeah.
here. Let's go.
That was hard to get him to that point. I'll tell you guys, if you're new to the show, it's been hard to get Murion to say that. So that definitely feels good. Ace, what about you being a swing trader? Swing trader is definitely a little bit more conservative. If you're sticking with that, are you risk on in terms of, do you feel like the next 3 to 6 months is going to be like a lot of opportunity, even from a swing trader standpoint, like ample opportunity? What do you think?
Oh, I'm risk on too, just like Miriam. No risk, no Rari. You know.
Yeah, love that.
So
Yeah, man. I'm curious to your opinion on this chart, Ace, because we got Marion's opinion on it last week. So this is the global M2 money supply Bitcoin. I'm sure you are very aware of this chart as a trader. You're probably looking at this, but I'm curious, what's your opinion? Do we follow this, or is this maybe trash?
I think we follow it. It's been pretty accurate from the first time that I've seen it from a good friend like who mentioned it to me, and I've been like putting time to pay attention to watch it, and it's like been pretty accurate like ever since, to like predicting like the ups and the downs and everything like that. So
yeah,
I think it's probably one of the easiest indicators that's been out there like this cycle, and it's been like overlooked by a lot of people.
100%. I agree with you so much on that, because and where it gets tricky is the people that scalp trade that like try to follow this to a T, because they're gonna hit the stop losses on scalp traders that over leverage themselves, right? But if you're a conservative swing trader and you're responsible, whatever your strategy is, that M2 global money supply is a great indicator. Don't you agree?
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
If James Wynn didn't over leveraged, he would like print now.
Yeah.
Like
What do you guys think about that? That whole
I think it's
chart?
a psyop. I think he's like, he either's doing something with Hyperliquid, or look, Shizzy thinks that the guy paid $94 million for 300,000 followers.
I
Not
didn't say
directly.
94. I said 4 million. I said 4 million because that was his
Okay.
initial investment.
It still hurts though. You lose
But
94 million.
Dude, he gained 330,000 followers. He can make that money in like, I'm sure he's getting like $90,000 from Twitter a month.
Yeah, but $94 million is so hard to make. I feel
Well,
like.
I'm just saying it was for him. It was just 4 million. Like he might have a partnership with Hyperliquid to where it's like, hey, yo, don't take this money
Okay.
out, right? And
This is
then
y'all's
we'll
money, right?
funnel it
This is
to
y'all's
you.
money.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Hyperliquid, right? So I don't know. I could see both. I can see both. Both of those.
What about you, Ace? You asked the question. I'm curious what you think.
100% psyop. Like, come on. Anybody with a brain, know. And here's why: the market was quiet, the TL was quiet, everybody, the trenches were down. Nobody didn't know what was going on, and then boom, we needed a light show. We needed some fireworks in the market. We needed some fireworks on Twitter just to get people moving. And now the whole attention just shifted to him, wow, people could do whatever they want like in the back end. But in my opinion, like it was just a psyop. I think it was good marketing stunt for like Hyperliquid. I think that was really cool. But I mean, yeah, like come on, guys. Like, let's get real.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree.
I do think that's why the market dipped last week, though. I think everyone was just trying to liquidate James Wynn, right? So
Yeah.
if it was a psyop or not, I just feel like that's why we didn't have the upward momentum that I think we should have had last week, especially. I mean, everyone thinking we're going to have a bullish summer. It's hard to think that way, too. Mary, I'm curious to your opinion. You've been trading for a long time throughout every single summer, probably. Summers have been really hard to trade, I'm sure. Do you think the summer's going to be any different?
Yeah, this summer is like giving some chances to be a bullish one, which is pretty strange.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you also agree about the thesis of James Wynn being a psyop? It's fake, or do you
Yeah, I want
think?
to get Mary's opinion.
Yeah, what do you think,
Yeah, but
Marian?
I told you, he's like either a big gambler, like the craziest ever, or the same thing as you guys told.
Yeah. And you have to remember too, there was a lot of hate being built up going towards like the leverage platforms, the centralized exchanges, the winter mutes, all that stuff. Maybe they all were like, hey, we got to divert this attention because they're gonna do what they want with the price regardless, you know, in terms of like the shorter price range movement, because
Yeah, they can move
it's
a
a
lot.
business. It's a
Yeah.
business, right? So, and so this
Yeah.
kind of takes the attention away from them. So,
And
Yep.
real quick, think about this, right? Udi he posted he got $36,000 last month for well, I think it was like last week for being an influencer on X, right? James Wynn is 3 times the size of Udi, which probably means he's getting like $90,000 a month. So in exchange for losing that 4 million, potentially $90,000 a month for the rest of your life, I mean, that's a win.
Yeah,
right?
he's maybe playing that long-term game. Exactly. Delayed gratification.
So talk about delayed, 100%. So. But I also don't think he was trying to lose 100 million. I just think that's what happened. It wasn't intended to be that way. It's just kind of what happened. So.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think we'll ever know at the end of the day. They're not going to come out and be like, hey, we got y'all. You know? So, but man, this has definitely been a fun segment.
Great time.
Yeah, definitely. Ace, we'd love to have you back on as well. You know, Murion, you're always welcome back on the show. And maybe, Ace, we can do like a pre-recorded episode to kind of give some tips to some of the audience, Artura audience, as well as our audience. And then, we can highlight your trader group as well. We want to highlight those people that are in the trenches with you as well. So
let's do it. Let's run it, boys. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
We got 441 people in here right now. Ace, I would love for you to give your final words, man. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys like having me on today. I think my final words would be is don't give up on yourself, because you could be right one moment away from striking the gold, and most times like you're closer than you think. And like I said, just keep that confidence going and understand that every day you wake up is another opportunity to fight the war. So as long as you got that, you got your sword and you got your armor, then you just got to keep it pushing. But other than that, I would love to be on a podcast again with you guys. So looking forward to it. This was really good.
Awesome.
Love it, man. I'm ready to run through a wall with that speech, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's run it.
Murion, same thing, man. Final words. Just want to thank you for being here today.
Stay focused. Lock in. Now OnChain summer is coming. Artura's main episode.
Let's go.
Let's go.
OnChain summer, baby.
Let's run it.
Awesome.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yep. Appreciate
Thanks,
you
boys.
both. We will talk to you both soon. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you guys. I got Silly said Ace equals alpha. Yeah, man, dude. That was awesome having him. I can't wait to do a full episode with him, kind of learn about his experiences and his setup and stuff like that. It would really be awesome. So look out for that, guys. But I think that's our show for you guys today. 442 people in here on YouTube and X, not to mention everyone on Twitch, Rumble, Abstract, and Kick. And then we're going to be on Spotify later with the upload. But appreciate every single one of you guys, man, every single day. It's so awesome to be able to do this.
Absolutely, man. And those 2 bits of advice he gave in the beginning was awesome, dude. Like, tailor it towards yourself, know your weaknesses and all that stuff. But yeah, like Susie said, man, we appreciate you guys. Without you guys, we couldn't do this every day. We thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts. If you could also check out our partners that would we would greatly appreciate that. They're kind of the second half of what allows us to do this, right? So Sats Terminal is the aggregator DEX for the entire Bitcoin ecosystem. You're going to find the most liquid runes, the best prices there at satsterminal.com. And right now you can actually earn Amber points as they started their Amber is Forever campaign. You can learn more about that tomorrow as we have them on for a live segment, as we do every Wednesday. We'll have the CEO Stan on and possibly some other team members. But yeah, if you go to satsterminal.com, connect your wallet for the first time, you get 1,000 Amber points. If you refer somebody else to the website, you get 500 Amber points. So there's a lot of different ways to earn these Amber points, and these Amber points are going to go towards something alpha in the future related to Sats terminals. All I can say, but you guys can put 2 and 2 together. In the future, they're going to have their bridging and staking available as well, guys. This is the team that everybody's trying to connect with. So make sure you're connected yourself and you're swapping your runes there on the front end at satsterminal.com. And then BetBTC is the predictions marketplace of the Bitcoin ecosystem. All you need is some Bitcoin, a Bitcoin wallet, and 6 Bitcoin blocks, and you can start placing bets in their Blitz markets. Their Blitz markets is a 10-minute market to where you can lock in the price of either Bitcoin, BNB, Solana, and you can pick it either going up or down from that price, and then another additional 10 minutes to see if you were correct or incorrect with that wager. Make sure you're responsible with that. Of course, it is kind of like a leverage approach with that. But guys, in the future, they're going to have amazing features on their platform with create your own markets that you can earn up to 1.5% of the total volume. I'm so excited about that. And then also, if you refer a friend, you can earn 1% of their total transaction volume as well. Head over to betbtc.win today to dive into their docs, join their community on their Discord and everything else. And then Emblem Vault is the interoperability tooling for the Bitcoin ecosystem, more specifically focused on ordinals. You're going to be able to jump your ordinals from Bitcoin Layer 1 to Ethereum. They already have their first collection over there, the Taproot Wizard. So if you're part of that community, you can actually take your wizard over and you can loan it, get a loan against it. And then in the future, you're going to be able to do this for Merlin, for Base, for Solana even. And you're going to be able to utilize their AI agent Hustle to help you do that once they add the Bitcoin tech stack to Hustle. Right now, though, you can use Hustle to help you in the trenches of Solana. Believe me, I've been in those trenches, and you need somebody to. If you're alone, you're gonna feel.
I need help.
You're gonna break down, start crying over there. No, I'm just kidding. But what I'm gonna tell you is that Hustle's features and stuff, man, gets you really through that ecosystem. Research tells you, breaks down the holders, the coins, analytics, all those great things. And if you head over to Agent Hustle.ai, you can actually use him for free right now, but eventually they are going to integrate their token into their business model. So test it out right now just to see if it's for you. I love it. I use it on my day-to-day when I'm in the trenches over there. Also, they have their TGE for their Bitcoin Room for their overall ecosystem called the Emblem Founder Vault keys. If you head over to OpenSea, you can actually participate in their pre-sale over there. If you search Emblem Founder Vaults, it is in an NFT format, ERC 721 right now. But once they get close to the TGE, they're going to give you guys instructions on how to get those Bitcoin runes out of the vault into your Bitcoin wallet. So we're really bullish on this team. They're building multiple products, and these guys are OGs in the space as well. So make sure you head over to emblem.vision, join their Discord. They're really good with their community over there, and you can ask them any questions that you have. And then Artura.finance. We just had these guys on, right? They're going to be building the leverage and perps DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem, first launching on Botonic's Bitcoin Layer 2, the Spider Chain. Should be some exciting co-marketing going on with that, so you can see where you guys can benefit. You can earn the XP points utilizing their platform, but also Botonics is going to have something up their sleeve, we believe. So make sure you're paying attention to that. And then shortly after that, they're going to be launching on Bitcoin Hemi Layer 2 that's backed by Binance Labs as well. So you're going to be able to trade synthetic Bitcoin fungible tokens like Doggo to the Moon, $1 Billion Cat, eventually Ordi and Sats, possibly maybe some Alkanes as well. They're here to support the Bitcoin fungible token ecosystem, what the community wants, right? As well as that, you're going to be able to trade popular tokens outside the ecosystem, the XRPs, the TAOs, the Ethereums. But let's say you don't want to, you're not a trader, you don't want to, get into the trading activities. You can participate in adding liquidity to their vaults. That kind of helps the overall ecosystem there, and you can earn passively that way. But head over to Artura.finance, join their Discord, because there's a lot of great information over there to kind of guide you through their ecosystem. And then fluidtokens.com is the UTXO wizard devs. They started on Cardano, built a lending and borrowing platform over there, and moved over to Bitcoin, did the same thing over here, but they built out so many more things. The first to offer Bitcoin layer 1 staking vaults, guys, to retail users. So if you did stake your dog go to the moon, make sure you claim that. It's claimable right now. You will get back your original dog plus your rewards in one transaction. So make sure you do that. There's going to be a season 3 for dog, which is exciting. But that's going to be coming a little bit in the late summer, early fall. But just be prepared if that's something you want to participate in. If you're a founder of an ordinal collection, or you etched a rune with an established community, key phrase, established community. It doesn't have to be a big one, but at least some sort of momentum with a community. Then head over to their Discord, ask them how to get started with the staking vault for your community. They will walk you through that. They have a team waiting to answer all those questions that you have. And then if back to the Cardano side, if you're familiar with Cardano, you can actually earn Babel fees on their aquarium platform. Right. So if you want to participate in that, then you can earn Babel fees there. So exciting over there. And last thing on the Bitcoin side, sorry to go back and forth, but you can utilize their airdrop tool. If you are a founder of a runes, community, you can utilize that. It's very efficient. Airdrop runes, very price efficient and time. You can either upload a CSV, Excel or Google Sheets file, or do it manually one by one. But head over to fluidtokens.com. Dive into their community as well and learn as much as you can about them. And then Tokyo Wallet is the multi-chain smart wallet. If you have an Apple iPhone, head over to the Apple App Store to download that. If you have an Android, head over to Google Play to download it. You can actually swap for Cardano tokens. You can swap for Bitcoin runes, as they partnered with Sats Terminal, and in Cardano side, they partnered with the biggest aggregator over there as well. So you can swap for SNEC on the Cardano side, DOG on the Bitcoin side, other tokens that are in those ecosystems. And guys, there's more ecosystems coming. Their whole objective is to create the smoothest UI UX for everybody. They're here to take over the wallet game. I'm telling you that straight up. But download the app, use it, let us know your feedback, and we will update the team as well. So head over to Tokyo.io. And I do know they're about to release an announcement regarding ways to earn with the token as well. And then Merlin Chain is uniting Bitcoin strength with the power of AI. You can utilize the Wizard AI 0.03 version, which will guide you through the Merlin Chain ecosystem. It can help you stake. It can help you swap. And speaking of staking, if you go to merlinchain.io and click the stake link, you can actually participate and help secure the chain with their proof of stake options. You have 2 options: the flexible option, which doesn't lock you in. The only time that you have to have a waiting period is when you withdraw. You have to wait 7 days. That's it. But it is a day-to-day type of flexible program there. And then you have the bonded, which is a 6-month lockup. So the flexible, you earn 15% APR. The bonded, you earn 45% APR, but you can actually withdraw the rewards in the bonded on a day-to-day basis, but it is locked for 6 months. So you got to make that adult decision yourself if that's something you want to participate in, but it's really good APR, in my opinion, for a proof of stake, right? And Merlin Chain is just continually growing momentum. They're one of the 11 DAO members to rep Bitcoin. They are in the Binance Alpha program. They are on Binance Perps and Leverage. So they're just got a lot of momentum going, right? So head over to merlinchain.io, learn more about them, and join their community as well. And then our integrated partners are Jungle, which was formerly known as Foxy AI, building the metaverse on Bitcoin called the Bitverse, and the first-person shooter game called Cypher Striker. We are planning a pre-recorded episode with them to dive into a little bit of what they've been building, so look out for that. And then Ordinal Hive is your aggregator, Ordinal Marketplace. So similarly to what Sats Terminal is doing, Ordinal Hive is doing for Ordinals. You're going to find the cheapest Ordinals around at Ordinal Hive. And they have amazing trader tools and XP dashboard. So stay tuned. They have some big announcements coming up. And we thank you guys so much for checking out our partners. We appreciate you guys.
Yup. Great job, man. As always, much appreciated. If you guys have a few more minutes and wouldn't mind checking out OnChain Revolution.io, we have some of the best articles, guys. Brand new article just dropped today. If you're sitting there and you're like, what the hell is alkanes? Well, we got you. No worries. We're going to walk you through exactly what it is. What is a WASM, which is WebAssembly smart contracts, revolutionizing Bitcoin's capabilities, guys. This could be something absolutely huge. You do not want to be on the outside looking in. If you're not going to participate, that is fine, but at least know what it is. And check out our article right here. It'll walk you through exactly what is going on alkanes. And if you guys need a VPN, definitely check out NordVPN, guys. It is my personal favorite. I actually have 2 accounts there. I think for each account, I paid $64 for 2 years. Lock it in. Forget about it. I'll see you in 2027 type of idea for me anyway. But if you guys do get a VPN and you want to get Nord, make sure you guys are using our link, right? You'll save 70%. If you go to NordVPN, they're going to charge you $10 a month. Don't do that. Use our link. Get it for 3. Like I said, lock it in for 2 years. Set it. Forget it. You're good. And then when you go to websites, right, you want to make sure that it is on, because you do not want to go to places like Pump Fun or wherever, and you're going to be giving them your IP address, what could lead to your home address. And if that information gets into the wrong hands, who knows what could happen. We are Bitcoiners here. We are self-sovereign, right? So we hold our assets. We do not want people to know potentially where those assets are. So do not do that. Get a VPN, guys. And if you guys need merch for, for events or anything, or just kind of lounge around at home, we have some of the best merch in all of crypto. I think it's some of the best stuff here. And if you want us to add anything, let us know. If you're like, yo, I have a, a Bitcoin cyborg or whatever. We can pretty much add anything that you guys want us to add here, guys. We got Billy Cats, we got Dog, we got OnChain Revolution, we got everything, guys. Check it all out here at onchainrevolution.io. And guys, we are live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys, and until tomorrow.
Peace.
OnChain Revolution roll call. Market recap. You're not bullish enough, no. You're not bullish enough, no. Look at the price go, Bitcoin control. Why you still coping? Price action rolling. Don't fall for bear trap. Swapping indexes and putting it up in the sex. I can take profit right now. OnChain is where I be now. You can never look back. They don't want you to know. How do the market react? Fear and greed gotta adapt. Now we bridging the tokens and marching the network right now. You know how crazy we are. Nookies are savages now. They know how crazy we are. Chain abstraction, main attraction.